In this episode of Day Job presented by Sparesbox, we do some basic aero mods to our GR Yaris. If you're a regular viewer of our channel and you've seen our tech video on Aero, looked at our time attack car Jet 200, and know that I used to be in the Air Force and study aeronautical engineering, it's pretty obvious that aero modifications is one of my favourite topics. But the big problem with aero is the more you do it, the less practical it is on the street. There's a reason why modern supercars with big wings and stuff on them still only generate a couple hundred kilos of downforce, and that is because as you do more aero work to a car, it is less usable on the road and less legal. Big front splitters will scrape on every driveway, big rear wings will get you defected, bonnet vents let water in, and under trays and diffusers will scrape on everything as well. So the biggest problem with doing aero mods to our Yaris, because we obviously want to do circuit work and club sprint at World Time Attack, is balancing what can be considered usable on the street. So essentially my goal with aero mods or exterior mods to our Yaris is I want to reduce front end lift, add some stability, reduce some drag, and get better cooling, obviously through the bonnet vents on our car. Will we add downforce? Not so much, but obviously I want to get rid of any lift that the car has and help make it more stable. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to get our race bonnet and add some extra vents to it. We're going to wrap it so it looks better. I want to put a front lip on it to help try and act as a bit of a splitter as well, try and get a little bit of downforce on the front. I'm going to put some rear brake ducts on the back bumper to try and let air out through the rear bar, and I'm probably going to remove the bottom section of the rear bar as well so the rear bar doesn't act like a parachute, and I'm going to add a little gurney or lip spoiler to the back of the factory rear wing. So all of these mods should make it look better, perform a little bit better, but still be completely usable on the street, which is great for you guys to learn from as well. So first up, let's get the new bonnet vents into our bonnet. Next on our list of streetable and basic aero upgrades is the TRD front lip that we got from Race Division. The best thing about this is, well, it's from Toyota, so you know it's going to fit well, and obviously for resale value, it's a genuine item. So therefore, a lot of people won't mind this being on the car. Instructions are in Japanese, but looking through it's pretty straightforward. I do like the fact they come with these side spats on the front bar, and what these do is help deflect air around the tyre, which is a very, very clever piece of aero, to be brutally honest. I'm hoping this lip does its job of basically acting, well, being a splitter and forming a high pressure zone across the top of the lip, just giving us that little bit of extra downforce at high speeds. I don't think it'll make massive levels of downforce, but it'll certainly help limit front end lift. So we could go crazy on the Yaris doing, aero that fits the club sprint rules and creates serious downforce, but honestly, we want to keep the Yaris in an Aero configuration that you could still drive around every day. Why? Well, it's relatable for you guys out there to watch, isn't it? So let's get on the lip. Well, the TRD lip is now fitted. In theory, we should get a bit of extra front downforce or lack of front end lift, as obviously the way a splitter works is as the air is split, when it hits the top section, creates a high pressure zone, pushes down on the front. The side spats will also stop air from hitting the tyre, because obviously the wheel and tyre on this is wider than what the front bar is, especially with that negative camber. So for Aero, it should make a very slight improvement. It's not going to be major stuff, but it also looks good as well, so win-win. You always hear that factory-made body kit stuff fits way better, and it's so true. Honestly, I could have fit this with no trial fitment at all, just used the template to drill the holes and put it on. I couldn't help myself though, I wanted to check everything 2 or 3 times, and yeah, goes on very easily. Honestly, if you're a beginner even, and as long as you've used a drill before and a screwdriver, you should be pretty right to fit this up yourself in the driveway. It's a good piece of kit, fits really well, easy to do. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I love the look of the Yaris now. I actually wish I'd done all these Aero mods right at the start. The thing just looks tough, race car, rally inspired, whatever description you want to use, but I just think the car looks awesome now with these Aero mods. Hopefully we can hit the track very soon, put it to the test, and see how quick our GR Yaris is around Bathurst, Wakefield and Sydney Motorsport Park. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can keep an eye on that testing and development at the track.